Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. It's Ameerah and I am so excited for this video. It's the first of its kind. I don't think I ever did like a true dupe video. I wanted to do a dupe video for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. I guess you live under a rock if you haven't heard about the Subculture palette and the controversy surrounding it. Apparently there has been a lot of reviews here on YouTube, on Instagram, just all of the social media platforms, really just not loving the overall formula of the Subculture palette. Anastasia Beverly Hills is one of the higher end makeup brands, and I have traditionally been a fan of their eyeshadows. I thought they were probably the most pigmented and just the best formula on the market, at least one of the best formulas for eyeshadows. I wanted to do this video for you guys that were interested in the Subculture palette but may have been a little bit more hesitant now because a lot of the reviews are coming out saying that it's not that great as far as the formula. So I wanted to give you guys a dupe video, not to be negative about the Anastasia palette, but just to give you guys an alternative. Chances are, just from studying a lot of those colors, chances are if you're really into single shadows, or maybe you have some other warm palettes, or just maybe a little bit more on the editorial style palettes, chances are you may have some of these colors already. The makeup I did today was inspired by the Subculture palette, and these were shades that I actually found in a palette I got weeks ago. So if you are interested in seeing how this look came together, how I put together my Subculture Vulture makeup tutorial, then keep watching. And of course, if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure you are subscribed, as well as clicking the bell button so you are notified every time I post new uploads to my channel. So without further ado, let's get into this true dupe video. So I'll insert a picture of the Subculture palette. I'm using the Sephora Pro Warm palette. I tried my best to find either dupes or like really close to dupes in this palette, as well as some singles that I had on deck already. So yeah, I'll be doing a look using this. The first color I'm going to go in with is probably this sandy color. I don't really remember if there's a color like this in the Subculture palette, but I'm allowing myself to use this one because I usually, no matter what palette I'm using, I go in with a transition color first. That's just my my routine. So even if this wasn't in the palette, this is something that I would use anyway. So I'm just going to work this in my crease on both eyes and really blend this out. One of the more prominent colors in the Subculture palette is green. I noticed it's like 3 shades of green, so I'm going to go in with this deep green by Sephora. This is Fingers Crossed, and I'm just going to work this in sort of like a halo on the inner and outer corner of the eye. The lightest shade in the Subculture palette is Cube, which looks like kind of just a plain sort of white, almost maybe eggshell color. So I'm going in with this lightest shade in the Sephora Pro Warm palette, and I believe this is called Linen. I'm not sure. It's not as white, but I'm just using this as a base on the lid. So I'm just gonna pop this wherever the green isn't on the lid. To place right on top of that white eyeshadow, I'm gonna go in with this Sephora shadow, and this is Lucky Penny, and I'm thinking this can be a dupe for the Subculture shade Adorn. I really want this shade to pop, so I'm gonna take my time and work this right on the lid. I'm going in with a dupe for Fudge, and that is this beautiful chocolate brown here, and I'm putting this right above the green on the outer crease of the eye. I just want to put a little bit of brown right on top of there, just to emphasize that green and really create that sort of Cleopatra shaped eye that we kind of ended up doing. I'm now just blending out that green just a little bit, just to diffuse it. I think it'll just work better on the lid if it's just diffused just a little bit. So you can kind of see the difference between this and that. This is unblended, but I like it actually both ways, but I think diffused works just a little bit better on the eye. I'm taking this color here, which is a dupe for Dawn in the Subculture palette, and I'm just going to put this right under my brow bone. I just want to highlight that a little bit, but also create a nice gradient down to this green that we have here. So I'm working really lightly, but it's definitely having an impact on just that brow bone area. I really wanted to play up the yellow that's in the Subculture palette. It looks like there's two shades. One is Edge and one is New Wave. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, they look kind of like yellowy or yellow orangey. So I thought the perfect shadow for that would be this ochre shade in the Sephora Pro palette. It looks like it could be a mixture of the two colors in the Subculture palette, like mixed together. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to smack this right dab in the middle. For the lash line, I'm going to go in with this light green Sephora single. This is Sir Yes Sir, and I'm thinking this could be a dupe for the Subculture palette Shadow Destiny. I'm going to just put a little bit of this on my brush and drag it along the lash line. I'm going to finish the bottom of the eye with this fudge dupe again, and I just want to just brush that lightly under that light green. So guys, this is the final look. I hope you like it. I really like it. I'm a little surprised. I wasn't sure where this tutorial was gonna go. I came up with the idea and I thought it would be a dope video to do, but I'm actually really impressed with the color scheme. I think if you didn't know that I told you that I was using something other than the Subculture palette, then this look can easily be mistaken for the Subculture palette based on the colors that I used. Again, I'm not saying that the Subculture palette doesn't work. I don't have it. I cannot attest to whether it works or whether it doesn't. If you were considering getting the Subculture palette and your hesitance came in after seeing some of the reviews, then I wanted to give you guys a video to show you an alternative than to get the Subculture palette if that's just not a risk you want to take based on the reviews and the formula possibly being different than the Modern Renaissance palette, or just overall different formula from what Anastasia usually uses for her eyeshadows. So that's why I wanted to do this makeup tutorial for you guys. Again, I was using the Sephora Pro palette. This is the warm palette, and I got some Sephora singles that I was using as well. If you missed me mentioning any of them, I'll be sure to put it in the description box below, along with my other makeup details that like my mascara that you may not have seen in the video. Please let me know in the comments below what part of this video you like the most. If you like dupe videos like this or Vulture videos like this, please let me know, and any other eyeshadow palettes that you want me to duplicate possibly. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.